Hey everyone, welcome back to another monthly movie ranking. Look, the title is we're back. We're so back in terms of not being back because I watched four movies for the first time in May, and I wanted to say, man, okay, I'm getting back on the kick for June, but really, I'm 10 days into June when recording this, and I've watched two new movies. All right, so it's like, what are we doing? I don't know. Hopefully, I can dial it up soon, but I don't know. Look, I have been still watching movies like in terms of quantity. Like I've been watching, but the point is these are new movies. So I've been rewatching a lot of Halloween movies for movie review series we're doing on Tarkaron. So you can check that out if you'd like. And so I'm only ranking four movies today. It'll be a quickie to be sure, but I do want to add in, as always in the beginning of these videos, I say where would I rank the rewatches hypothetically. And so my rewatches this month were Halloween Resurrection, Halloween 2007, and Halloween 2 2009. Rob Zombie 2 right there. Halloween Resurrection would be actually, believe it or not, third out of four on this movie. There's one actually that bad below it. And Halloween and Halloween 2. Um they'd all be in that third spot. So it would be my one movie, my two movie, and then it would be Halloween 2, Halloween Resurrection, and then the current fourth movie. All right. If you're not aware of how this works, it's usually more interesting with more movies, but essentially on schedule every time I talk about every month what were the new, not new releases, usually some new releases, but first time watches from specifically that last month. So there are, like I said, a couple movies I watched within the last 10 days or however many days we're into the month now. But I'm only talking about the movies I watched for the first time in May in this ranking. It's don't take the ranking too much to heart, and obviously a 1 to 4 ranking is not the most nuanced, but it's already not very nuanced. And my super nuanced system, as we go up the rankings, I will go through the tiers as well. So the tiers can be anywhere from terrible to bad to not good to okay to good to great to amazing. It could be anywhere on that tier. Obviously, with four movies, we're not going to hit up every tier on that list. So we'll see what we get. All right. There will be no spoilers in here, just so you can be free to watch this without fear of spoilers for random movies. Um, in this case, not that random because they're all in the thumbnail. Because I always put four in there, but I'll put them in a random order. So you don't know what order they're in. And number four is a movie called 180. This is a 2011 movie. Not there's apparently a Netflix movie that's also named 180, but this is an all-time bad film. It is literally, we watched it over on Tarkaron. You can watch our reaction to the movie for the first time. We watched it because it had a couple Survivor players in it. Fresh out of Heroes versus Villains, it had Coach and Danielle in there, and that's the whole reason we watched it. It's a horrible movie, very low budget, almost no acting. It's all just horrible, whatever they come up with. Horrible writing. The plot is very contrived. Production's pretty bad. Quite a slog to get through at times. Just all around, really, really bad. All timer bad. Like, we gave it 0.5 out of 10 on Tarkaron, which is very rare. Only one other movie in the hundreds we reviewed did we give a 0.5 out of 10. I cannot understate that. Obviously, it's not a movie for the masses. It's a movie for weird Survivor Super fans to delve into if you're really that interested. But even then, I don't think it's worth it. And now, before we go into number three, we're going to jump up to the OK tier for the Devil Wears Prada 2. I pretty much I enjoyed it for the most part. It just, I don't know, I didn't quite get into good tier, which is usually like 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. This I gave 3 stars. It's teetering between the two. Ultimately, I feel like it's a serviceable enough legacy sequel. It does the original justice. I feel like I can safely say that it doesn't tarnish anything. It doesn't cheap out too much. There's a couple, like, the normal call outs you'd expect, like clear references to the original, that are very noticeable. But we got Meryl Streep here again, who is still great. Anne Hathaway is solid. Stanley Tucci, love him. For me, for some reason, this film, Emily Blunt really stood out. I mean, she was a standout in the original, but there were others to really distract, like even the other actors I named from that. In this one, I really felt like she had a chance to shine even more so. I don't know. I'm an Emily Blunt fan as of recently. So I enjoyed it. It just wasn't anything special to me. And perhaps that's because I watched the original for the first time recently, that maybe some of the magic is worn off because, I just saw the original and what that did. And then shortly after seeing the second, and it kind of reheating some of the nachos, but doing some new things, maybe doesn't let it hit as much as if like I watched the original when it came out, and then now 20 years later, experiencing this one would probably hit different, like a lot of the legacy sequels do. But yeah, not bad by any means. For number two, we are going into the good tier, and that's for the Sheep Detectives. The Sheep Detectives is a new release this year. I would have told you were joking if I said this was going to be higher than Devil Wears Prada 2, um, or just to be good at all. I thought for sure when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, it sounds silly. Like, I'm here for it. Hugh Jackman's there with these talking sheep, but it's going to be bad, inevitably. And actually, it's a pretty good movie. Like, it's a well-made, fun little mystery. It's almost shades of I called it's a mix between Knives Out and the Thursday Murder Club. If you saw that on Netflix, very much gives that energy to me. Where the Thursday Murder Club was kind of like true crime fans in an older folks' home banding together to actually solve a real crime. There's shades of that energy in here for sure, and the lighthearted vibe of it mixed with Knives Out in that mystery aspect of it. Made for It's just a fun little story, nothing crazy, but I did quite enjoy it. Some fun voice work, including Bryan Cranston, who I thought was great. Emma Thompson, I thought was really a lot of fun in this. Surprisingly, like kind of a random role, but the bar was in hell for this movie for me. Just from like, I feel like I have a good read of things sometimes when I see trailers, and I'm like, that is going to be bad. Like I feel like historically a movie like this will be bad, but I was glad to be wrong on this one. And the Sheep Detectives, a surprising little hidden gem this year that I'm sure a lot of people skipped because of just that. On the surface, it's like, all right, I don't need to see that. If I'm seeing 100 movies this year, I don't need to see that. Like, straight up, it's not going to be anything to write home about. And hey, I might write home about it. And the number one spot for this month of May, I don't know if you caught on or not, that actually was The Devil Wears Prada. I did just watch it shortly before watching the new one. Yeah, so I watched this early May 3rd, and then watched the new one on May 6th, just 3 days later. My review was like, first thing I thought of. The first thing I said was, "Is this what serving cunt is?" That's immediately what came to mind. Like, okay, this is what the epitome of that. It feels like this movie. I can totally get it. Like, look, it's a good movie on its face, but baked into it is really just like an aura about it that I know could resonate with people. I totally get like the iconic nature of it, like iconic, like in the same way that Mean Girls is kind of like a cultural phenomenon, iconic in a similar time. Uh, that's what I get from Devil Wears Prada. It's where like with Mean Girls, the movie is good. There's fun writing, but it's really like the nature of some of the performances, the energy around the movie, and overall vibe that makes it permeate and last through the years, and make it big enough to want to make a legacy sequel 20 years later. Mean Girls tried something like that in similar fashion, like 20 years later, to less success, but that wasn't a sequel per se. It was a musical remake. Talk about not anything to write home about. That's one. But The Devil Wears Prada, I get it. As I mentioned, the same stars apply from Devil Wears Prada 2. Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt. I love them all in this movie. And Meryl Streep, beautiful, brilliant in this movie. Stanley Tucci, um, as a side more supporting role, like really is great. I love him in this, and I've also become like a Stanley Tucci fan as of recently. Like everything I watch of him is amazing. Like go watch Easy A, and Stanley Tucci is like a surprisingly is like a random movie you might not know he's in. He's amazing in there too. You know, he's a fun, like he really can capture a vibe well. You know, but then at the same time he can do a movie like Conclave and still kill it too. So, but I see why it made the impact, despite at times I think the messaging being a little muddled. Like it's kind of sending mixed messages on certain things. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to convey at times. Aside from that, I do totally understand the impact. And if you want to talk about iconic, it's Meryl Streep's performance. That's the most iconic thing here. Makes sense. Um, the energy she brings to every scene, beautiful. Love it. And a lot of funny, actually funny dialogue mixed in here too. And yeah, it's a great one. I get why it has like the following it does now. Totally get it. So that's it for the month of May. I know, not much, but here's some more movies going forward. Still loving movies, of course, and plenty more to get through this year. I've got plenty lined up with the new releases, of course. As always, I want to try to keep up with those, but of course, I'm falling behind. I got the bigger ones I want to see that I've checked off, but there are other ones that are slipping through the cracks that hopefully I can catch on streaming throughout the year. And then a few more I want to see in theaters for sure. But as with something like Devil Wears Prada, the one when I was really watching tons of movies last year, that's what it was about. It was like love watching these random ones that I put on my watch list or ones that have this cultural impact that I never got on the bandwagon for. There's a lot out there for me, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Subscribe for more movies on film over here on the channel, and stay tuned for more. I appreciate you.